Good morning from the farmer's garden. I'm one of the farmers, and right now I'm out by a huge brush pile. With all the rain that we got this past, well, over about the last 10 days, we've gotten quite a bit of rain, and it is time for us to get some of these brush piles out of the way. These are in an area that's been cleared for the garden to go in, so we need to get them out of the way so that we can plant that. So Brandon's on the dozer now. He's going to kind of do us a track around them, and then we'll also have that for pushing them up later. These are massive, massive piles, so always nerve-wracking, lots of watching the weather for wind and humidity, and praying for safety and all of those things. As we go through this, I'm going to kind of show y'all. This is, I'm not sure this is the biggest, but it's one of the bigger ones. So I'll show you how big it is and what we're up against here. All right, so all of this area where our garden is was woods back in February when we started clearing, or January, I suppose we started in January. And so all the trees were pushed down and pushed up, and we burned what we could, but then it got dry so fast that we were not able to get much of it burned. So inside, all of this goat weed, which, by the way, goat weed is ugly and it looks terrible and we don't like it, but the bees love it. So we're not too sad that that's here. It has kept something for the bees to have. But yeah, this pile, this big old piece, goes way down that way, and so we'll light it, and then we'll just be working on, we'll probably light kind of in the middle, and we'll push from that side, we'll push to this side and keep it contained there. After this one is gone, we have another, I think there's actually two over on this end, and then up in our other patch that's cleared right up through those woods, there's another pile there as well. So lots of work ahead of us. We're watching the sky, hoping that it kind of spits on us, keeps us safer out here. But that is what is in the works for today. While Brandon runs the dozer to get this all cleared up and better for us, I'm on plant patrol. I think most of you on our Facebook page know, I don't know if I've said much about it on our YouTube, but we are looking at planting more natives in our unused areas, the fallow areas around our garden, places in our yard, things like that. So I am going through now and checking for native plants. Here's one that I do not recognize. So I'm kind of making a note of where they are, and we're going to try to protect them today and save some seeds from them and replant them. Because this ground was all woods, as we've tilled it up, we have exposed those seeds that have been down in the dirt for so long, unable to grow in the shady woods. And so now we've got all kinds of stuff out that you don't see just everywhere. Now this one is a little bit more common. Spiderwort, you see that sometimes. But if I walk through the woods, I'm actually finding quite a bit. Everything from grasses to flowers, things that you don't see just everywhere. So it's been really fun to do that and look and see what we're getting. I believe that one's just a cocklebur, so kind of an annoying one, but a plant that you don't normally notice because it's usually buried in woods and grasses. So that's what I'm doing right now, just kind of going through, checking, looking at what we have, seeing what's there while he pushes up the other things. All right, folks, here she goes. I am on the the south end of the brush pile, and so this is the top end. It's kind of uphill from everything, and we're going to see if we can get this end going and shove the pile this way, shove it down, and keep it that way. So this has been stacked. Like I say, we started clearing in like January, so most of this has been stacked since spring. It should be dry. We're hoping that the ground is wet for us. But if we can get this out of the way and open up some more growing space, that would be amazing. Always nerve-wracking. It's a whole family affair out here, trying to keep an eye on it. But there she goes. And I'm hoping that GABA paper there will really get hot and then be able to get those sticks going. We'll see. We also save up feed sacks and paper for months getting ready for these things. So it's kind of nice to get all that out of the shop and out of the way. But there she goes. Let her rip tater chip, right? All right, spot 1 is still going really slow, but spot 2 is taking off. So we are burning brush now. This is already super hot, and it's spreading really good. So we'll just be out here watching this for a while and keeping it all pushed up. Thankfully it's like super high humidity. It's around 90% humidity, so not much is gonna travel far, theoretically. Anyways, that's a hot fire and that is burning fast, and that's exactly what we wanted to happen. All right, we are roughly an hour into burning, and this whole side is kind of hollowed out. It's down to the big logs. The smaller limbs have all burned off. So Brandon is just taking the dozer and shoving it back up close together again so that it can burn better. So he'll shove some from this end, shove a little from the other end. And we have also started a third place a fire kind of down along that side of it as well. So that's basically what we do all day, is we just rotate back and forth between starting new small places, shoving up, and getting it going. We may start another brush pile in a little bit. As dry as it's been, even though we got all that rain, as dry as it's been, we're trying to be really cautious. We don't want to be setting the woods on fire, so we're just kind of watching it, happy with it being a little bit lower out here today. All right, so we are currently just starting small fires throughout on this north end of the fire and this north side, kind of letting them go. This is a great time for us to get rid of feed sacks that have been piling up all summer too, so we're just starting them everywhere. So this front end where we started is doing really well. Brandon's pushing it for the second time now, trying to get it all packed back together, kind of like you would shove the logs around in your campfire, just on a much larger scale. See if I can get up here. Yeah, you can see we're mostly down to trees at this point, and he's just pushing them around. The goal would be to get 95% of this burned. We don't want logs or stumps left. We would like it to be down to a pile of ashes when we're done. All right, it's about 1:30. We've been at this since about 9 or 9:30. This is going pretty fast, actually. It's going slower than we wanted it to. Just, you know, we would like it to all disappear in a day, but we're actually really happy with this particular speed that it's burning. It's not going fast enough that we're concerned about it getting out of control on us, so that's nice. This end, when you push trees, sometimes you get dirt with them, especially when you have big roots that you need to get up. And we did need to get the roots up because otherwise we can't plow. So this end has quite a bit of dirt in it right now. What we're gonna do is kind of let it smolder. If you've ever burned a stump, you know that the roots underground can smolder for days. So that's what this one's gonna do on us, up on this end that's got dirt, and then we will smooth all of that dirt back out later, but that's what that's doing. This end that doesn't have nearly as much dirt in it is hopefully gonna burn down to next to nothing. And then we also have that fire over there going now. That one we just started, so it's not going real good just yet. So anyways, that's where we're gonna end this video. I'm gonna call this part 1 of burning brush piles. My phone battery's gonna die on me, but we'll be back out here tomorrow. We're actually not finished here today. We'll be out here for several more hours today. And then again tomorrow, and possibly even the next day as well, getting these burned. It's kind of hard to estimate when there's brush piles everywhere and scrub and it's not level, but we think we have between 3 and 4 acres cleared in this particular area. So hopefully we will have a much bigger garden next year. Anyways, I hope you were able to hear me over the bulldozer today. I hope you enjoyed watching us burn today, learned a little something about how we clear the land. Y'all be sure and like and subscribe to our page, and come back when you can stay longer.